Welcome to Northwynd 2, Episode 10. In this episode, I'm going to take on my biggest challenge yet, and that is to try to solo Tempest Spine on R1. So, I actually did Tempest Spine solo in the first series, but that was before Reaper mode. That was on Elite, and that was at level 12. Now we're going to try it in Reaper mode on R1 at level 10. So, we'll see. I am skeptical, but I'm going to give it a shot. See how it goes. So, a lot has happened since last episode in terms of gear, but we'll get into that in a minute. Let's go over quests first that I did, and let's see. So, did Raven's Bane and Sunrise. Actually, I just think I might have. Not sure if those might have just been on Elite. I actually joined a group because they were doing Chain 3. I haven't done the other Ravenloft quests other than Into the Mist, but I wanted to join that group because they were doing Wrath of the Earth, and I wanted to try to farm out the Thrumming Spark Cord, which I got. I'll mention in a minute. And let's see. Did the Chamber of Ramat. I soloed it on R2. That turned out to be a lot more challenging than I thought it would be. I usually like to do that one because it's pretty quick, but there's some big groups of mobs in there, and I actually had my first death in a few levels there. Just had a big group of mobs, orange named caster, a reaper, ran out of mana, so gibbered up, finished it up, but it was tougher than I thought it was going to be. I did Into the Mist because, you know, my biggest reason for doing that is that, you know, if I saw a Ravenloft quest that I wanted to get into that was posted, I wanted to be able to get out there. So I soloed Reclamation on R2. That was a fun challenge. Maybe could have even stepped it up to R3, but that would have really been pushing it. And normally I'd like to do Psychros Jewel at this level, but as you can see, I'm already pushing things pretty much right up against level 12. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and take level after this one. And then I did, the last two parts of Sorrow Dusk. We'll take a look at the enhancements. So I'm a little bit further invested into Nature's Protector. She's got some more defensive stuff here. Bonuses to saving throws and to MRR. And like I said, I'm going to keep investing here until I get level 12 and access to Tier 5 Season's Herald. On the Reaper side, I did get my 5th Reaper point. Woohoo! So I have maxed out the PRR here in Tier 1, the point at con, and then the core. And then my next point will go here to get +1 to all saves and +20 maximum hit points. With the wolf, nothing's changed. I'm still using the same armor. Heavy fort on there. Give him some defense and a vorpal collar. For my spells, I did pick up Reincarnate. You know, that's nice. I don't have the UMD to throw Raise Dead Scrolls right now. So I wanted to have Reincarnate, and that's one that I probably would pick up at this point anyways, because, you know, sometimes you want to throw a bigger raise, or you know, you want to be able to throw in combat or something like that, and not get interrupted like you can with scrolls. And then I think I picked up a Lesser Vigor Mass for my second level 4 spell. I haven't even used that, but I thought, you know, if I was fighting in a group, if I joined any pugs, which I did join some, then that might be useful. But and it is useful when you're fighting in a group, but I haven't used it. As you can see, I haven't done a ton of questing since last episode. Okay, on the gear side, a lot has changed. So before I go over the gear I am wearing, I'm going to mention a few pieces that I set aside and one is the Barovian Scepter, and this is basically a freebie that you get for completing Into the Mist once you talk to the guy right there at that first little caravan, that wagon, once you get into the Slayer Zone after Into the Mist. And this is a really nice general potency item, and you know, I like to swing around a weapon, but that's just a preference. You can use a caster stick, it doesn't really matter, and this is probably about the best caster stick in terms of potency at this level range, and so I'm probably actually going to switch to this during the end fight, because this will give me some added insightful potency, spell sight, an insightful spell sight. So that's a really nice little scepter for general potency. I also wanted to mention the Hound of the Night. I actually saw this on the auction house really cheap, so I thought I'd grab it just to show it as an example. It's a really nice level 10 collar, and this I believe comes out of Wrath of the Earth. And if you're not, if you're doing Reaper mode, I really like Vorpals for heroics, because there's a chance of insta-killing. But if you're not doing Reaper mode for your wolf, then you would want to go with something that had like really good DPS, and this would probably be about, well, definitely one of the better options for the level range. So wanted to show that. And then the Silver Thread Cloak is something I had picked up. I'd set aside last life as I was farming for some other things. I thought I might use it, but I wanted to stick with the Cloak of Flames. But it's a nice source of wisdom. It's got insightful evocation focus. The fortification is just enough to piss you off, because this is a big gripe of mine, is that they have this formula, this loot formula that they don't want to deviate from, but you can get 100% fortification at level 8 through an augment, which I have on my armor, for example. Why does that say not proficient? What's the deal with that? That's weird. Maybe I respect. Now, in any event. So, I really do not like the fact that they add fortification lower than 100% on items that are, above level 8. I think that's pretty crappy. I wish they would just add an extra slot so we can add a fortification augment in it. 77% fortification is not enough at level 10. Like I said before, you want to have 100% by level 8 through an augment. It's also got sheltering in a slot, so it's a nice piece of gear for a druid. Wanted to show that. If you didn't want to go with the Cloak of Flames or a different cloak, this is certainly a nice option. Alright, the gear that I'm using. Still got the big Archmagi and the Vibrant Purple Ion Stone. I am using the Ward Inscribed Pendant right now. I'm using this mainly as a source of constitution. It's just something I picked up, and so it actually just worked because I moved some things around, and it worked to have my constitution item there. This is going to get changed out next level. I'm going to be switching some things around next level anyways, but it also gives me a little bit higher natural armor. It's got the mythic boost on there. I put a topaz of proof against poison in there just because I could. It was cheap. Why not? Better to have something in there than nothing, right? I crafted my first Caneth crafted item on this tune. I was pretty proud of this little thing. This is pretty nice. This is not exactly the way I'd like to have it if I had max crafting levels, or higher crafting levels at least, but I only have 100, a little over, about 110 I think, crafting levels, so this is about the best that I could do. So the Spell Focus Mastery is great. Sheltering 14. The Poison Resistance I actually like. It's not what I wanted to put there, and now I can't even remember what I wanted to put there, but whatever it was like level 200, and I couldn't craft that. So Poison Resistance was something I could put in that extra slot, and that is helpful. These champions are throwing dots, poison dots, some of them, and that can help mitigate some of that damage. It can be difficult to mitigate poison damage, so why the hell not? And then I got a Sapphire of False Life 15 in there. I actually do craft poison resistance in my normal setup, but I think maybe, I can't remember at what level range I start doing that, but it's definitely not a bad option if you can fit it in. I wouldn't necessarily go out of your way to craft poison resistance, but if you can fit it in, it is helpful in Reaper mode. On the goggles, I still have Wisdom 5. The Insightful Enchantment Focus really isn't helping me. Actually, it is helping my Charm Animal, I think. That's an enchantment spell. Yeah, but I'm not using that a lot. So I guess I'm getting some marginal benefit out of that. I'd like to have Wisdom 6. I can actually craft Wisdom 6, but I'm a little bit short on collectibles to craft that, but I have a Wisdom 6 set of goggles set aside for next level anyways, so not a big deal. Still got the Scales of Avarice on the armor slot. That has not changed. The Braces of Wind hasn't changed. I'm using the Band of Insightful Commands now. I picked this up last life when I was farming for the Scales of Avarice, and I thought I'd set it aside because maybe I would use it this life, and here we go. It's got Profane Well-Rounded on it, +1 Profane bonus to all ability scores, and so that's really nice. There's Intimidate 12 is cool too. I mean, I do like to intimidate. I'm not running with a lot of groups, so I'm getting all the aggro anyways, but you know, ordinarily speaking, I do want to have Intimidate on this tune, so that's also helpful. The Accuracy and Deadly, not so much, because I'm not really doing any melee damage. And it's got a Mythic boost too, so bonus. I've got finally 30% striding. I'm very happy about that. Feather Falling is meaningless because we do get that already through Autumn Winds. Blur-Fingered Gloves, this comes out of Into the Mist. And this is the lowest level lesser displacement item in the game, and so I thought having that extra, you know, 5% miss chance over the blur. I have blur, actually, yeah, blur is on here on the bracers, but you know, 5% miss chance is significant. So got the Sapphire Resistance +3 in there. Efficient Meta Magic Maximize is nice. Mythic Hand Boost bonus. Mystic Diversion is actually something I wouldn't normally want on this tune, but 9% not a big deal. I'm usually trying to grab aggro, and that, you know, diversion is something that is used to not grab aggro, so that usually works counter to what I'm trying to do, but it's definitely a decent item. I wouldn't worry about 9% diversion. Here, this is just basically a glaciation item. The Charisma 5 is just a bonus that helps with use magic device, also helps with charisma skills like Intimidate. So I could craft higher glaciation, and I actually might do that next level. I'm not sure yet. I was really happy to get the Thrumming Spark Court. This comes out of Wrath of the Earth. This is a really nice item, and an item that I mentioned in the prologue. Like, if I, you know, was more serious about this tune, and you know, it was my main server, I would have wanted to farm for this, you know, before I started this life. But I just, you know, really wanted to keep things short, or you know, not spend a ton of time farming out gear. And I wasn't flagged for Wrath of the Earth because, you know, Ravenloft hadn't even come out yet when I did the first series. So, but this time around, you know, I was watching the LFMs, watching for people to do Chain 3, jumped in, actually ran the quest several times. And then when I wasn't with a group, actually just, you know, if you can't get in a group, you know, and you're not flagged for it, I posted a group and I said, you know, farming for the belt, need opener. And somebody joined just to help me out. It was really nice of somebody to just join my LFM so I could enter the quest, and then they left, and then I kept the LFM up, and other people joined to help me loot, and I actually pulled this myself, so that was really cool. Got it slotted up with Diamond and Dexterity +3. But this has Enhanced Glaciation and Magnetism. That is different. Like the standard, you know, sort of the standard spell power is an equipment bonus. You can see Glaciation 66, it says equipment bonus to cold spell power. These are enhancement bonuses, so they do stack in DDO and in Dungeons & Dragons in general. If the bonus is of a different type, so enhancement versus equipment, they will stack. But you can't, you know, if you have two equipment items, then they don't stack. It's just going to take the better of the two. So this is, you know, 77 spell power for my cold and light and electric spells is significant. And to sort of put that in perspective, 77 spell power is, you know, basically the same amount as Empower Spell is giving. Empower Spell adds 75 spell power, so that's like another empower spell, you know, for cold and electric spells. Really awesome item. Unfortunately, the lore is just the same standard bonus, the equipment bonus. So I thought that was kind of weird. That would have, I think this would have been nice if maybe they would have done an enhancement bonus for the lore as well. Probably would have wanted to knocked it down to about 5% because that would be pretty big stacking. In any event, it is what it is. So, but it, you know, I appreciate that it has ice lore on it. That actually let me change out, you know, the ring. I used to have a glaciation ice lore ring. Changed it out to a glaciation charisma ring instead because I got the ice lore here. The lightning lore is redundant from the bracers. I think the bracers are, it's actually higher on the thrumming spore cord. So very nice item for a caster druid. Alright, highly recommend it. I actually, on Gingerspyce, I prefer to use my green steel Mineral 2 belt for the big stacking hit points at level 11, so I only use the thrumming spark cord for a level, but it's definitely an awesome option. I just, you know, on Gingerspyce, I'm trying to be as beefy as possible, so I do opt for the green steel, but I'm very happy to have that item on this tune. Cloak of Flames is the same. Nice option for fire lore and fire spell power, and it's going to have some other goodies on it when I get the higher level versions. Shield, I've got it's still the same devotion. Oh no, this is new. Devotion 64 is helpful. Thornguard 2, not bad. I got a lot of mobs attacking me, so that guard procs is nice. And then this is the same spectral dagger from Night Revels. I have this ring set aside. I might use it during the end fight with electricity absorption and resistance. I also picked up a planar gird. I tried to trade some leftover legendary slave lords ingredients that I had for this, but no, I didn't get any takers. So then I thought, I'll post those ingredients on the Shard Exchange, and I noticed that there weren't any other legendary slave lords ingredients on the Shard Exchange, so I posted them on what I felt was kind of the high end, and they sold right away. And then I had a little stack left over because I sold it in like a stack of 100, and then I had like a little 20 stack left over, and that sold right away too, for a decent price. So I used those shards to buy this planar gird. It was a little bit more than I wanted to spend for it. I think it was like 30 shards or something like that, but what else am I going to do with these shards, right? And I'm still left with 84. So I have some spending shards if I want to get something off the Shard Exchange, but this is a really nice clicky with greater heroism, level 9, and normally at level 9, like on Gingerspyce, I would have high enough use magic device skill to use scrolls, and I would just get 100 stack of scrolls. But I don't have use magic device skill very high or high enough to use greater heroism scrolls on this tune, so the planar gird is a really nice clicky to have for this tune. Let me see if I have anything else. I don't know if I mentioned the Firestorm Greaves last video, but I picked these up last life. This comes out of a rare chest in the Sands of Menectran. And situationally, it's nice to switch to if I'm facing a lot of fire damage. That's got fire absorption 33%. I think that's it. On the feat side, nothing new to report at level 10. So let's get to the quest. Who's scared? I am. I think it'll be a fun challenge. And I don't think it'll be easy. Got a new graphics card. This is the first video I'm making with the new card. This is something that I actually fundraised for through my Twitch channel, and was, with contributions through the cheers and the subscriptions, was able to raise enough money to get this graphics card, which I'm loving because I can run with the graphics all the way maxed out, so it's going to be a nicer looking video. But I'm also happy that my main goal was that when I did videos and live stream before, my frame rate would slow right down. And that showed, you know, you could see that in my videos, that my frame rate, you know, left something to be desired. And so I really wanted to get the new graphics card, and I made that sort of first goal when I started streaming on Twitch. And I really appreciate all of those who contributed toward that goal. Now when I start the video recorder, no frame rate problems. The game ran fine for me before. I didn't have it at the maximum graphic settings, but it ran fine. But as soon as I started live streaming, as soon as I started doing videos, like when you open that video recording program and that streaming program, it just would slow my frame rate right down. But now I can produce a smoother and nicer looking product for you guys to view. Okay, time to get serious. Alright, we survived the first fight. My biggest worry at first is the disintegrates that these, I think it's the soothsayers, the hill giant soothsayers can throw. If I fail a save, I'm going to be toast. So I might, if I think of it, try to switch to spell absorption when I see one of those guys, but you know, that's not going to happen every time. There's one right around this corner. I like that the lost souls are dropping. Yep, there's a soothsayer right there. And I'm putting on the spell absorption. Stunned him with Salt Ray. Woot. Switching to the spell absorption made me lose a bunch of spell points though, because my trinket is my spell point item, so that kind of sucks. And that guy just debuffed me, so I need to rebuff. Get rid of my greater heroism, that bastard. Can't rely on Illyri for extra spell points because you can't use hirelings in raids, so I do have SP pots. You can see a bunch of them in my bar up there. Well, not so much a bunch, but a modest collection for this tune. But should be enough to get me through this. Damn it, they dispelled me again. Dispelled my buffs. That's a caster, so I want to throw Salt Ray on him, get him stunned so I can deal with this other stuff, and now I'll deal with him. Yep, have a call lightning. Keep debuffing me. Don't like that. Come on, shield. They drank a Yugo pot at the start. The con. Actually, I don't see it up there. Where the hell's my Yugo pot? And then I also drank. I had a few potions of lasting, which is a supreme ability. So, hey, now's the time. You know, I was just thinking I should have used. Maybe I did and I forgot. but I should have used Scrolls of Fire Shield when I ran through that first part. With all those fire elementals, in case they got a good hit on me. Mitigates a lot of that damage. Look at that, Salt Ray stuns a golem. How cool is that? Not very long. Produce Flame works well against an Ice Flenser. Yep. Yep, it does. I'm gonna do a summons here. There's potential for this to get carried away. Okay. Here's the plan. I'm gonna go with the red fire shield because I'm gonna do ice first. This is the ice hallway, if you're not familiar with this raid. And I'm going to pull... I hope that the wolf and the summons don't mess this up. But I'm going to pull ice back to the intersection down there. There he is. Okay, I'm gonna pull him down. And once I get him down there, then I'm gonna kill him. Which should give me time to run down to fire and kill fire. Wow, he's getting some big hits on me. Okay, he's dead. Now we're gonna run down here. Blue fire shield because that protects me against fire, and we're going to try to kill that fire reaver as quickly as possible. Oh, and that's a fear reaver. That sucks. These guys both have to die within a short amount of time, otherwise they both reset and you got to do it again. I'm going to take care of that Fear Reaper. And then I'm getting the hell out of dodge. Oh, gotta get my small planar crystal right. Now all this stuff will follow me. But I have a plan. And it's called Sleet Storm and Ice Storm and Weeds. And getting knocked down was not part of my plan at all. And I'm going to dance around a little bit here, because that's a lot of mobs, and you know, I don't feel like I want to try to tank them. Fire shield's about to run out, so let's get a new one. Okay, looks like all the fire creatures are dead, so let's do a firewall and bring the ice methods over here. You can't do firewall in a sleet storm though. Sleet storm will extinguish it. But later on we'll get Storm of Vengeance, and Storm of Vengeance does not extinguish firewall. Firewall, oh, I shouldn't have grabbed that. Firewall and Ice Storm have their merits. I do generally prefer Ice Storm for general use. A Druid caster can cast a strong Firewall and Ice Storm, a competitively strong one. But I actually do have another video, and I'm going to link it in the video description, where it was like Ice Storm versus Firewall, and I talked about the merits of both, and you know what situations one might be better than the other. Like if you're doing undead, you know, Firewall is really good because it does like double damage against undead. And just some other considerations for, you know, what are the advantages of one versus the other. You might find that video interesting. Fully buff him, and then bring out a summons. Yep, use the mana up. Add stone skin to a stone golem. I mean, an earth elemental. Bull strength 2 and Spring's Resurgence. All the mana is used up, and now we rest. Well, so far, that went better than I expected. I'm pleased with how that went. We have a long way to go, because I'm doing the whole raid. Buff myself. And then I'm gonna grab this lost soul. Hell yeah. That's how you do it. Greater heroism, woot. And get that thrumming spark cord back on. I'm not the biggest fan of clickies because I'm the kind of player that tends to forget, you know, accidentally leave the clicky equipped and then the main item that I wanted on isn't, but, you know, some clickies are just, you know, awesome enough to convince me to keep them, like the planar gird. That's one of the reasons why I like to use potions. When I first started playing the game, I remember using like neutralize poison clickies and remove curse clickies, but you know, like I said, I would leave them equipped, and then you know that's frustrating. But at the same time, clickies also has limited charges, you know, and there's certainly a lot of situations where you're getting poisoned a lot or cursed a lot, and you want to be able to, you know, use more than like your 3 charges that you'd have on a clicky. But the advantage of potions over clickies is that you don't have to equip anything. It's faster to use a potion than it is a clicky. You know, when it's on a piece of gear. Okay, fire shield, the cold version, because we're fighting fire elementals. I don't know whose weeds just procced. The earth elemental, maybe. I'm gonna go ahead and hit Mirage with the fresh Spring's Resurgence just in case. Oops. Oh, no, that's where I wanted to go. What am I doing? This raid can be very confusing when you're new to it. I remember spending a lot of time getting lost. If memory serves, I think that I kind of went the wrong way at one point when I did the solo video of this during the Northwynd, the first Northwynd series, but it might have been a different series that I did, where I did a loop, an unnecessary loop. I think these casters in here are gonna throw fire spells, so I'm gonna throw another fire shield. Is that a trick door? What the hell's going on here? Let's go ahead and do a sleet storm and ice storm and some weeds. Yeah, slip on that. These necromancers are probably gonna dispel me. Did I say dispel? If I did, I meant to say dispel. You know what you can do is you can close the door back up on them if you can get it. And you can isolate some of the mobs. It's kind of helpful in Reaper mode. Let's see if I can keep Mirage from dying. Nope. Okay, can we stone a wizard? Yep. This cleric's bugging me. I'll put on spell absorption just in case. I don't need to get hit by a disintegrate or something. bit of a fight, huh? I need to heal myself and the wolf. This is going to take a while. But gotta do it. I can hear those mobs through that door, trying to kill me with lightning bolts. Even though I can't cast Raise Dead from Scroll yet, I do. Oh, look at that! I was gonna say, as soon as I have a, even a 10% chance, I'll want to have them there, and I didn't realize I was there yet. That GH put me over the top. That's what it was. I actually just got that belt last night, so I haven't even used it yet until today. This is my first quest today. Okay, that was kind of exhausting, but thanks for bearing with me. Sleet Storm? Yes. What's left? Nothing. Okay, Death Priests. That's a lot of casters. Let's go with the Spell Absorption, just to be safe. Stone the Death Priest? Nope. He's not having it. But we stunned him. And then we shot him with a lightning bolt. This is another example, like me doing these solo reapers. It's not to try to say, like, if you're a new player, this is what you should be doing. I'm not trying to say, like, if you just started playing at your second life, like, go solo Tempest Spine on R1 at level 10. No, I'm not trying to. I'm challenging myself to kind of see what the build is capable of, and to show others, like, you can do this if you want to, but I'm not trying to say that you should do this. I wouldn't, even on Gingerspyce. I do Tempest Spine, but I do it with a group, and if I wasn't with a group, I probably wouldn't solo it. It's time consuming. It's good XP though. Oops. Those were meant for me, not for the wolf. To shrine or not to shrine? There might be more mobs down here, yep. I think I'm gonna shrine. There are a lot of shrines in this raid, so I don't ever recall ever feeling like I needed to save this particular one. We'll buff up. We'll fully buff up the, oh, I guess I didn't need to give him jump. That's kind of silly to give us summons jump. But we'll spend the mana, make our summons and wolf a little bit stronger. Is it time for a fresh Hugo pot? Looks like it. Okay. Yeah, I think I should have shrine. My buffs are wearing off anyway, so yeah. We're doing it. I've been looking forward to doing this video for a while. I knew I wanted to do this in my level 10 video, and the level 9 video, I made that like 11 days ago or something. I haven't played this toon a lot, over the last 11 days. But I have, like, even, most of those, only like a couple of those have I played the toon. And most of the other days, even when I wasn't playing the toon, I was popping on to check the auction house, and I just wasn't finding a lot of level 10 gear, which is what prompted me to craft something. And I did have to farm out a few collectibles, but farming collectibles is pretty easy. The collectible, or the crafting planner tells you exactly where to farm and where the best places are. So, and there are lots of quests that you can just jump in and grab like 1, 2, 3 collectibles and just run out without even fighting anything, right? To save resources, I probably should just skip this optional chest, but you know what? It's just like force of habit. Stunned the golem. Assault ray. Merfolks? Sure, why not? Because we can. What? Are you kidding me? Fear Reaper? Where? You jerk. Okay, Clay Golem. Quit playing games. If you're new to Canid Crafting, I do have a beginner's guide to Canid Crafting video, which goes over the very basics. It's designed for people who really know nothing about it, have no idea how it works. It's meant for you. And it's actually my most popular video of all time. I had, in fact, somebody was asking me just the other day, like, what are my most popular videos? And so I was looking, and yeah, I had there was, before the new Canid crafting system came online a couple years ago, there was an older version of the system, and so I had a beginner's guide for Canid crafting for that, and then the new system came online. I made a new beginner's guide for the new crafting system, and combined those two videos have like over 20,000 views, which is a lot for my channel. So it's like those. Some of my crafting videos are among my most popular videos. Popular topic on YouTube for YouTube DDO videos. If you are intimidated by Canid crafting, you found it confusing, like, the video's for you. Like, I really start from the very basics and go over like everything. It's like an hour-long video, but like I go over everything. And then I have an advanced guide where I talk about like other considerations beyond the beginner's guide, and I go over like show you how to level quickly. Okay, here I'm not really sure if I should pull or if I should just go and like face first. I think face first is dangerous. I think I'm gonna pull. And salt ray is a good way to do that because it's a really long range. Might stun him for a few seconds though. Speaking of really long range, check this out. There's basically no range limit on the Petrifying Runestone. See that guy down there? He saved, but I hit him. Like, you can hit mobs from so far away. It's awesome. Like, if you can target them, you can hit them. I can't ever think of a situation where like it said they're out of range for the Petrifying Runestone. So that's a really nice perk of it, that even if you're not trying to petrify something, if you're just trying to get a mob's attention and it's really far away, you can hit him with the Petrifying Runestone. I know there's a beholder over there. Now want to make sure I get spell absorption on before I get near him, because with spell absorption on, a beholder won't debuff you when you get in its anti-magic thingy. Spell absorption on, you won't lose your buffs. That's right. Nobody messes with the Union. Okay, that beholder's still in his little home over there. I'm watching you, beholder. Anything left here? Wow, that was everything. I thought there was gonna be more than that. Oh, Thorac Hounds. Yep, spell absorption on. Stone one? Nope. Stun one? Nope. But the Earth Elemental has its aggro. Better him than me. That's what he's there for. You know, I loved to play Druids in Pen and Paper Dungeons and Dragons, and one of the things I like about Druids is the summons they get. And in Pen and Paper, you can summon multiple creatures. You can summon like one creature at your level, or like D3 at one level below you, or D4 plus 1 at 2 levels below you. So a lot of times I would do the D3 option to pull out 2 or 3 creatures, and then basically they're like speed bumps. You know, you can throw them, you can summon creatures in Pen and Paper wherever you want. You just point to wherever on the map, and so you just put them right there in front of the mobs, and they take hits instead of your party members. And it's one of the nice things about summons here too. You can't summon as many, but they can take hits. So check this out, Beholder. I'm out of his anti-magic range, but I can hit him with Salt Ray and stun him. Can we stone him too? Hell yeah! Suck it, Beholder. That's how we do. Alright, that's 2 runes. 1 more to go. Bridge to the inevitable. It's gonna be intense. Rebuff. And fresh summon. Because he's almost dead. I can't believe that summon survived that whole fight. And now, we shrine. Where are we at on the... Still got 6 minutes left on the Yugo pot, so yeah. And here's that shrine I debated using. I don't regret that decision. Yep. Lost soul, thank you. Oh crap. How am I gonna unlock this door? Bells of opening that I got from Roll's last life. You can get those from the DDO store too if you need. Ooh, Creeping Cold took him out before he could get his spell off. Stun the Shaman with Salt Ray. Creeping Cold finished off the first mob. And another locked door. Yeah. Gonna go ahead and put on the spell absorption just in case. You know, we made it this far. Take all necessary precautions. I'm a little bit surprised I made it this far. I think I'm more than a little bit surprised. I'm modestly surprised. Okay. I lost a lot of spell points by taking off my spell point item, but I waited to pick those up until after I put it back on. Now you might be wondering, what's over there, Voodoo? Well, you may already know, but that's just gonna meet up with, gets up ahead a little bit, is just another intersection where we already were. There'll be a few mobs between here and there, but it's not a way we need to go. You're not strong enough to open this. What are you gonna do? My job. Guess what? The wolf is strong enough. Hell yeah! Stone the cleric? Yes. Swing our weapon at a rust monster? Yes, because our weapon is made from force and will not take damage from a rust monster. And our shield is wood, and our armor is made from dragon scales. Rust monsters don't scare us. Come on now. Tearing up Mirage a little bit though, huh? One shot that bad rascal. So here's what you do, like when you're running this with your friends, while they're in their shrining, what you do is you close the gate on them and they can't get out. And then you sit here and you laugh at them. Okay, grab that lost soul. I'm not going to shrine. That shrine I might save for the end fight. Who knows what could go wrong. What are my stats like? Con's odd, wisdom's even. Just be patient, Voodoo. If that's your real name. Fresh. Fresh Hugo Pot. Okay, we are Hajield. And fresh summon. Yes, sir. Maybe we'll come get the beholder later. To the inevitable. Okay, Mirage, don't do anything stupid. Okay. So, actually, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to get the wolf to get these levers for us. And he got that one. And he got that one. That was exactly how I planned it. Throw some weeds down, slow them down a little bit while we whack at them. Blackbone skellies, pain in the butts. Yep, but you know what? They can be stunned, and they can be call lightninged. And they can be stoned. The petrifying runestones work really well against undead mobs because it's a fort save, and most undead don't have fort saves worth a darn. Okay. Big fight. Big fight. Fully healed. Oh, I was about to pull out another earth elemental. I thought he was dead. Plan here too. The first part of my plan is to give a fresh Springs Resurgence and Stone Skin to my summons and wolf and myself. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, panic. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're going here. We're gonna hide in here. Do Sleet Storm. What? Why didn't it open? I thought thought I had a message. Why are you... There we go. Weeds. Ice Storm. How about another Sleet Storm just for good measure in case they get through that first one. And another Ice Storm! And another Weeds. Yeah. Stun the Death Priest. Ooh, there's another one out there. Call lightning. There's another one. Stun him. Yep. Ooh, there's a cleric. Cleric's gotta die. Death Priest. Stun him. No, he saved. This is intense. Anybody left? If I remember correctly, when I was in the Northwynd series, I went over here and I got pinned up against this corner, and I almost died. Check it out. My wolf is poisoned. I can target him with the potion. Boom! Fresh Springs Resurgence on him. Fresh Stone Skin. Some heals on me. Stone Skin from a wand is basically free. Fresh Springs Resurgence on me. How about a fresh Earth Elemental? Ooh. Should I shrine up? Maybe I'll clear. I have 2 shrines, counting this one. I'm gonna clear to the big room and then come back and use this. Have a Springs Resurgence and a Stone Skin. You can petrify an iron golem with a petrifying runestone. How wonderful is that? But don't cast Produce Flame at him, because it'll heal him. Later on, we'll be able to damage mobs like iron golems and other mobs that are immune to fire like devils with our fire spells, but not till level 17. Won't that be exciting? Actually kind of scary because, oh, see, I just hit him with the fire spell. Derp. It's scary because I don't have a death block item on, and they're dispelling my death ward, So if he lands like a PK on me, and I roll a 1, or roll shitty, that could be really embarrassing. Golems, not good fort saves. Brought to you by Evil Wizards. Okay, now. Now I'm gonna go Shrine. I only have 134 mana. I don't want to face all those giants with 134 mana. Not on this tune, not on any tune. All my buffs are gone. Can't even jump, look at that. Seriously? Yep. Buff the wolf. Use that mana. Oh no, I'm out of stone skin wands. Fail. That sucks. I love those things. Yeah, let's use some mana clickies so I can get some more buffs on him. Because we can. Okay, I think that's good enough. Ooh, only 17 minutes left on all my candies. Gotta finish this up. My only source of dodge right now. No, it's not the only source. I have 3 from the autumn winds thingy, but the rest of my dodge is coming from the cinnamon right now. I usually have dodge on the belt, but I got the throwing spark cord instead. Okay, we got fire giants in here, so yes. Fire shield, can't give myself stone skin, sadness. Okay, let's just take it slow and easy. The inevitable. Oh, he's danced me. That's not good. See, I could use this the harbor pin to get out of that if it was an emergency, but I had full health. I wasn't worried about it. But if I was starting to get low, I would have hit that harbor pin to get out of that dancing. Well, that was better than expected. And third rune. Almost there. Got the big fight. It's gonna happen. Now you might be thinking, well, Voodoo, if you posted the video, then we know you've completed. I mean, get real. You know, we're no dummies. But maybe I would post it. Maybe I'd be like, look, I got all the way to the end. You know, couldn't quite finish it up. But I still felt it was worth posting because a lot of good information in the intro. Tips and advice along the way. Gonna have to wait for the thrilling conclusion. We'll see what happens. Carney. Just an R1 Carney. Spell absorption on. We're going to kill a beholder, and then we're going to shrine up and do an end fight. Boom, boom, and stone him. Yep. Dead. You can use petrifying runestones even when you're inside of a beholder's anti-magic aura. And I love to use them against beholders in heroic questing. Fresh summons. We're going to fully buff the summon. Yes, Voodoo, you've already done this 10 times this video. We know what you're doing. Okay, okay. Plenty of time left there. There. Fresh Yugo pot. +2 stacking con. +20 stacking hit points. What else? Oh, I should have grabbed those special pots. The ones with that are like the ones you get off the rolls that give you like stacking PRR and MRR. I should have got those out of the bank and drank them right now. And if I die in the end fight, I'm blaming that. That's what I'm doing. That's my plan. Okay, I'm going to replace the Band of Insightful Commands with the Electrical Absorption Ring because I think the lightning strikes could be a problem. So there we are. Oops. There we are. No stone skin for me, damn it. That would have been helpful in here, actually. He's going to might get some big hits on me. Okay, I'm going to try to have the wolf tank Sorjek while I do the puzzle. That's my plan. And I'm going to go to the right side. Because when he tosses you up, no, get off me, Sorjek. Attack the wolf. Okay, I'll just go over here and do this side of the puzzle. Mess it up. He's getting some big hits on me. That's scary. Okay, the thingy is in the dinghy. That thingy is in the dinghy. And that thingy is in the dinghy. So now we kill us a giant. I'm backed against this wall because if he throws me, then a lot of times when you're against this wall, he just tosses you just straight up. Ice storm. Yes. Examination window open right in my view area. Don't want to overwrite my own creeping colds. Mirage to die because he's doing it. Oh, he's dead. Damn it. I'm going to get all the aggro. He's almost dead, though. We might do this. We might actually get through this. Woohoo! That was awesome. I was really skeptical about whether or not I'd be able to pull this off. And this went, at every point, better than I expected it to. I'm sorry, Mirage. You died a hero. There's an interesting medium armor that's level 8 that is non-metal. It's like the enchanted dark leaf breastplate or something. There's actually two different versions. There's a metal version, there's a non-metal version, and they both have names that are like almost identical. It's level 8 medium armor. You can't wear heavy armor until 10. That's the lowest level. This heavy armor is the lowest level heavy armor in the game, and I glossed over it when I was going over the equipment because I was thinking it was in the last video, but it's level 10. This is a great heavy armor to wear, and it's got vitality, quality physical sheltering, parrying to insight bonuses, saves, and to armor class. I got Mythic 2 on there, put the heavy forward in there, quality con 1. It's beautiful armor. But the medium armor from here is interesting. It is not worth going out of your way for, but it's an option for level 8 and 9, but I definitely would highly recommend this armor for level 10. Hey, thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end. I had a lot of fun. It's been a great challenge. And if you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. And if you have any questions about my build, you can respond to my build post in the Druid forum, and that will be linked in every video description of this series.